We have been waiting for this next guest all morning long. Imagine 1 minute being one of the best basketball players in your school, maybe on the verge of a career in the NBA, and then the next minute quadriplegic, unable to use your arms and legs. And that's what happened to our next guest, attorney Ron Adams. He joins us now to talk about how he was really able to overcome these obstacles, how you were able to finish college and become a successful lawyer here in Northern Kentucky. So if you're saying, hey, I know this guy from somewhere, maybe you hired him, it's part of his new memoir, Coal Mine to the Courtroom. First of all, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar with your story, I know we only have about 3 minutes here, but I want people to know a little bit about you.
Well, grew up West Kentucky and ended up in the coal mines, even though I don't know how or why exactly I did that, but was injured in the mines. And the main reason that I wrote the book was to encourage people. I felt like God wanted me to share my story, and I really didn't want to share my story because you don't need to hear about another quadriplegic type thing, but because I've done so many things, I thought it was good for people to see that if I've been able to overcome some of the things, they can, and hope is critical.
Yeah.
If you don't have hope, and think about in the world right now, the Ukrainians, if they didn't have hope, and where I grew up in Dawson Springs, the tornado that hit there, they need hope. Everyone goes to work every day in hopes that tomorrow's going to be better. Mm-hmm. And so we're all going to have peaks and valleys. None of us enjoy the valleys, but it's learning how to get through the valleys as efficiently as you can to get back to the mountaintop. It's what it's about.
Well, I think people need to hear stories like yours. I think it's important. I don't think there is such a thing as too many stories about someone who has overcome different obstacles, different things in their life, and you're proof that you got to pick up and keep going. In this memoir, Coal Mine to the Courtroom, it talks about just your journey, how you were a basketball player. You maybe thoughts of the NBA one day. Was that like your dream? And then you end up in a courtroom and you're still following out some of your dreams, right?
Well, I would, my dream job obviously would be able to play basketball and get paid for it.
Well, yeah.
But what could be better than that?
Right.
But after being injured, it was like, what are you going to do with your life? Because I was a month before I turned 20. And because it was a Kentucky work comp, they only paid $4.16 a month. So I was left with broken neck and no career objectives. So I didn't start college with the thought of going to law school. I started college with the thought of trying to find something that I'd be able to do.
Yeah.
So each degree led to another degree, and the law school, I got the JD MBA at Chase, and that was the first one they ever had done. I helped them set that up.
And now you can add author here,
Yes.
right, to your resume. I love this. Okay, so you're going to have a book signing. This is coming up Wednesday at 5 p.m., so March 16th there at Joseph Beth Booksellers in Cincinnati. And then also Monday at 7 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to hear more about Ron, and the first one is actually in Covington there at Rolling Point Books, so head there for the first signing. And you know what? We really appreciate you taking the time and coming in and chatting with us. Here's the book. Check it out. It's for everybody. And it's definitely very inspiring. And Ron, you're awesome. I'm so glad I got the chance to sit here and chat with you.
Nice meeting you.
All right, so let's go ahead and send things over, I believe, to weather now, to our Catherine Bodak, who has a look at that forecast. Because we're going to be able to get outside this week, Ron. Oh, I'm ready for it.
Today's going to be awesome.